Thousand Oaks bar.
At a certain point, that suspect had tried to order this victim to get into the front seat with him. She, rightly enough, refused to do so. Unfortunately, he got into the back and was able to sexually assault her.
The case was Delian returned to Texas, and deputies arrested him in downtown San Antonio. Uber rider shared some safety
All right.
tips with us.
All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 3774, State versus Luis Alberto De Leon Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Jason Wolf for defense.
And are you Mr. De Leon Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
You entered a plea of no contest to indecency assault on February 25th, 2025. According to your plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. And at the last hearing, state you informed the court that you had spoken to the complainant,
Yes,
and the complainant has no objections to this agreement.
correct.
All right, is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, we would just ask that you kindly follow the agreement. He's taking responsibility and we just want to put this behind it.
All right. And is there any reason why I should not consider jail time as a condition?
Judge, this was a fact pattern that both the defense and the state have gone back and forth on, quite frankly, during the plea bargain process. I know reading initially the police report as it's presented to the court has been reduced to an agreement of the parties that is a Class A through agreement and negotiation because of that fact pattern. We are here saying that this result is good for our client. He would like to take this result. And we just kindly ask that you follow that agreement. Assessing jail time, I think, would not be appropriate in this instance. And that's what we're asking. We just ask that you
Why
follow
wouldn't
the
it be appropriate? That's what I'm trying to get to the crux, because I read the fact pattern, the police report, and I'm trying to figure out why I shouldn't give him jail time as a condition. State, any response to that?
Sure, Judge. After speaking with the complainant and gathering more information, I think that this is more in line with what the state is able to prove, Judge, and probably more in line with what is appropriate in this case, Judge, as opposed to what it was indicted as. And we've explained that to our complainant, and she fully understands that that's where we are.
So you don't think jail time as a condition would be appropriate in this case?
I don't, Judge.
All right. Are you employed?
Um,
What do you do?
I'm a district manager for ADT Security.
From what, for what?
ADT Security.
All right, does everybody think this is appropriate for him to be district manager of security and he's just agreed to do a permanent surrender of his TCO license?
I don't have any information about his current employment, Judge, or any opinion on his current employment.
All right, so can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Luis De Leon.
All right, what specifically do you do?
I just train register sales, door-to-door sales.
All right, do you go into anyone's homes? Do you go door-to-door sales?
I just train. I train and run office meetings, make sure all the back office stuff's taken care of.
All right, this is what the court is going to order with regards to this occupation. If he is entering anyone's homes, knocking on any doors, he needs to let them know what his charges are, if that's what he's going to do.
Judge, may I address a couple of things?
Sure.
I'm hopeful that we're no longer considering jail time as a condition. I think he's granted deferred. Having jail time as a condition is a punishment that he certainly didn't anticipate. And I would hope that would not be something that would be somewhat busting our plea bargain.
Well, I don't think that's a busting of the plea bargain. I'm going to follow your agreement for him to have deferred. But if he is going to be employed, because it seems like he's given up his TCO license, but yet he's sort of still engaging in an occupation that's security. What I'm saying is, if he is not allowed to go into other people's homes as a director, unless he lets the person's home that he knows that he is entering, that he's on deferred for this. That's what I'm saying. He's not allowed to go into people's homes. You understand that, right?
Homes everywhere everywhere across this world. He's not allowed to go in there unless he
No,
expresses,
not-
the conditions of this plea bargain.
If
That's
it's,
my
if it's,
understanding.
no, what I'm saying
Even
you,
if
if
he's given
it's,
consent to enter
if
that
it's,
home?
if it is a part of his occupation, no, he's not allowed to.
During the course of his.
Okay, I misunderstood, Judge.
Okay. All right, so do you understand that? So if you, as a part of your occupation, go into someone's home and they're not aware of these charges and the courts finds out about it, there's going to be a motion to revoke filed. Do you understand? And you understand the reason why the court is requesting that? All right, do you have any children?
No.
What are their ages?
Daughter's 13 and my son's 10.
All right. So the court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine that'll be probated, MRT, the AIDS awareness course. There's to be a permanent surrender of your TCO license. And it also says ID here. There's to be no contact with the complainant. There's to be no entry into any homes as a part of your occupation without notification of this charge to the home's occupant and your employer.
Judge, do you want written acknowledgement or
Yes.
just verbal acknowledgement?
Written acknowledgement. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, field visits 1 time per month for 3 months, 180 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting classes. Once you completed parenting classes, your community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful on this probation?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
On the chairs, I hear you.
All right, just give me one.
Accused of sexually assaulting his passenger is now off the streets and under arrest. New tonight, we've learned that suspect is also a former police officer. According to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, social media helped them catch Luis de Leon earlier today. KENS 5 reporter Hannah Tita has the details, all new at 10. Hannah?
Yeah, that's right, Isis. Well, the sheriff held a news conference just a few hours ago confirming De Leon was taken into custody this morning. But this is still concerning. As we know, we're right in the middle of Fiesta, and many people are Ubering to drink or even just avoid parking headaches.
There's always a party, clearly.
On a week that brings a big boost for rideshare companies,
You have to be alert.
many passengers are thinking about a story that hits close to home.
It's definitely concerning, scary.
A San Antonio Uber driver is accused of sexually assaulting a 45-year-old woman. It happened in February. The Bexar County Sheriff tells us she was on her way home from a Thousand Oaks bar.
At a certain point, that suspect had tried to order this victim to get into the front seat with him. She, rightly enough, refused to do so. Unfortunately, he got into the back and was able to sexually assault her.
The case was recently turned over to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, which started a manhunt for 30-year-old Luis de Leon Jr. De Leon is a former patrol officer. The Leon Valley Police Department confirmed he was employed from December 2019 to July 2022. It's unclear if he was fired.
He does still possess a peace officer license.
De Leon fled the state, according to Sheriff Javier Salazar, but his family started sending him social media posts that police were looking for him. De Leon returned to Texas, and deputies arrested him in downtown San Antonio. Uber rider shared some safety tips with us.
I try not to Uber alone.
Usually I let people know, friends or family, that I'm headed somewhere, that I am taking some type of form of transportation. Check that if they tell you the license plate you're getting in that car, it's the same description.
Some good advice there. And another tip, make sure to sit in the back of the Uber and check to see if the child safety locks are on. Make sure they're not so you can jump in and out of the Uber safely. And now tonight, the sheriff is telling us that Delian may have assaulted other victims. So he's really urging anyone with information on this case or others to come forward and to contact the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Now, we also put in an open records request with the Leon Valley PD to find out if Delian had any infractions while under their employment, and again, if he was fired. Delian has been charged with second-degree felony sexual assault and is being held on a $50,000 bond. Isis?
Thank you, Hannah.